Hello, welcome to the A to Z Studios YouTube channel. My name is Toby Allen and I am the A in A to Z, and I offer engineering and producing to bands who work with us. Today we're going to be looking at the brand new drum library from Bogren Digital, Trivium drums. Now anyone who knows me knows that I'm a big fan of Trivium. I've been listening to them since 2005 when I first heard Pull Harder on a CD that came on the front cover of Kerrang. I've seen them quite a few times live, done a few covers of them and stuff. Big inspiration for my own writing as well. So also being a big fan of Bogren Digital, really excited to try this out. It makes sense too that this has come out after the amp knob and bass knob plugins that have already come out. I guess you could call this a sponsored video, as I am affiliated with Bogren Digital and they did reach out to me to ask if I was able to do a video to show you what is actually inside this drum sample library. So let's start off by having a quick look at the interface. So what I've got here at the moment, I've got a session which is a cover of Shogun by Trivium. This was originally programmed using Crim drums, but we've just this was originally programmed by my friend Christopher Jordan Boyd, who programmed this in Crim drums. So I've just put his MIDI into Trivium drums and tried to match the mapping as close as I could. So if we just go through what's actually on here, first off, we've got the overheads are very symmetrical. So we've got a china on each side. We've got a cymbal, crash cymbal on each side. There's a hat on each side. There's a ride on each side. And there's a splash on each side. So that's pretty awesome. Then you've got 5 toms. You've got 2 kicks. And you'll notice that the kicks are tuned ever so slightly differently, which means that when you're programming your drums and you do like one on the left foot and one on the right foot, then you can very definitely hear a difference between those. Makes it sound a little bit less machine gunny. And you've got the snare, and the snare sounds very sort of Jens Bogren engineered, which is great. I love Jens's snare sounds, so I'm very happy with how that sounds. You also up here, you've got anti-machine gun and anti-double kick, so this actually helps with the humanization. And if you've got a double kick section, then it automatically will change between the left foot and the right foot, which makes life a lot easier. One thing I really like with the interface on here as well is the fact that it kind of looks like the inside of Trivium's hangar. They actually own a hangar which they're converting into like a recording studio, and it kind of has a similar sort of vibe, I kind of think. And also I love the fact that you've got here the Trivium amp knob, you've got the Trivium bass knob, and you've got the Trivium lead knob actually here in the background as well, so it kind of ties everything together in a cool, nice way. So let's hear how it sounds in the context of a song. I've currently got this multi-out put into different tracks on here, but there's no processing. The guitars are running through Trivium amp knob, and the bass is programmed in Shin's bass into Trivium bass knob, and it sounds like this. Now that's obviously very drum forward balance, but that's kind of intentional, so you can clearly hear what the drums are doing. If we go back to the interface, over here on the mixer, we have the option to mix everything. You can pan everything on there, solo everything, and mute everything. You can see that it's also broken down into kick sub, snare top, snare bottom, tom 1, tom 2, tom 3, tom 4, tom 5, left hats, left ride, overhead, room, and master. And with regards to the left and the right, that's from drummer's perspective and how you're seeing it on the interface on the picture. You've also got an advanced panel which allows you to dial in reverb for each section. So you've got a reverb here for the kick, one for the snare, one for the toms, one for the hats, one for the ride, one for the overhead, one for the room. And then you've also got a bleed, so you can bleed decide how much of each section of the kit is bleeding into the overheads and into the rooms. And you've also got a parallel compressor here as well. Now the reverb goes into ST1 by default. So if you're wanting to multi-track out, I go with output 2 for the kick and then move up from there. It's the same with Crim drums. You also got some grooves in here as well. So these are played by Alex Bent, the drummer from Trivium. He is a phenomenal drummer. So these grooves are brilliant. They're matched to the BPM of the session, so, and we're only on 140. That's why they sound quite slow. Actually, I'll tell you what, if we move along to a faster part of the song, so here, and then give these a listen. Those are some great sounding drum patterns. You can also hear them at half speed and double speed as well. And then over here onto the settings, we've got the mapping. So you've got several presets on here from, I personally tend to write a lot in Easy Drummer 3 and in Superior Drummer 3, so it's really nice to be able to have those and to drag them across and put them into this library. You've also got a mapping specifically for this library, and also you've got one here for Crim. So if you're using the Crim mapping and then you want to use this, then you can just press that one and you won't have to mess around with moving any notes around and stuff. And then you've also got the options here for velocity curves as well. These are particularly useful if you're using an E-kit, and then you can change the way that when you're hitting the pads, it will then come through in the way that you want it to come through. There's actually one last thing I want to just show you as well. So let's solo the drums. We've got here a processed button and a natural button, so we can switch between processing on or off. So I've looped this section here, and on processed it sounds like this. And if we load up natural, which just takes a few seconds to load up the other samples, it sounds like this. So the natural it sounds more natural, and it would be more open to being processed externally yourself. Processed is more of a kind of production perfect or mix ready setting. So I hope you've enjoyed having a look through this plugin with me and seeing what I thought of it. I really like it, which is no surprise because I'm a big fan of Trivium and a big fan of Bogren Digital, so it's kind of a recipe for success from my book, and it meets expectations quite nicely. So if you are interested, then as I said, there's an affiliate link below. If you're wanting to buy it, then please use that, because that helps the channel out and helps to improve the quality of the channel. If you want to see more videos of this kind, check out our other videos. We've got videos on the Crim drums and the Crim free drums and lots of other drum libraries from other companies as well. And please hit the subscribe and like, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Goodbye.